A more experienced guy, being a redshirt senior, and coming into a kicking group that, despite the team having a really good year, there was a lot of talk around the special teams or different points of the season for a multitude of things. What do you make of being integrated in the program so far, and what are you excited for most going into spring ball?
They're good guys. I like the group we have. They're young. They're really young. I feel kind of old, but I'm here to help them. With all the experience I have, I've learned from many really good kickers and specials, Chad Ryland, Jake Moody, all of them. So I'm just trying to give them that knowledge that I got from them. And I'm super excited for the season. I mean, we got spring ball first, but looking at the team in the weight room, running, competitions, it gets me super excited to see them.
What was the biggest thing for you in the recruiting process before you got here, being able to kind of see what happened last year with the kicking group and everything with that, and then still being able to be like, man, I would think this is the place I want to be, or this is the home for me right now?
I mean, I wanted to be at a place that was good for kickers, good weather, good team. I didn't want to go into a team that was in a reconstruction process. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to waste my last year. So looking here, this event, there was no better place for me than here. And I mean, I just want to help the team any way I can.
You seem to be a guy that has a good head on his shoulders. Obviously, what happened last season after one of the games that ASU had, where there were a couple bad kicks against the Cincinnati loss, and then Kenny went online went on to the post-game press conference, basically asking anybody that could kick to come try out for the team. Seeing a situation like that go down, that was a big kind of contentious moment for the program. Did that play into any part of your mind of oh man, I don't want to be a guy that gets thrown under the bus if we lose or anything like that, or did that kind of play into anything?
Not really, because I don't really think about that. I just think about making my kicks, and if I do that, nothing's going to happen there. And I understand that in the heat of the moment, after something like that, they're going to say some stuff that they might regret, but at the end, it's not personal. It's their job. Their family depends on it, so I don't take it personal.
What do you think is the thing you've had so far that you've been most excited to see about the team, or something that's happened that's been really oh man, okay, it kind of reaffirms your choice to come here?
Everything in general. Ever since I got into the weight room, the level, even we competed in the weight room, we didn't do that at Eastern. Mm-hmm. So that gets me excited. In competitions, everyone is so athletic here, so good at what they do. I just want to see them play football for the first time. Then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So on that note, then, so your recruiting process, obviously coming from a smaller school to Power 4 conference, do you think there will be any adjustment playing at the Big 12 level early on in your career, or no? Do you think you won't be having any
there might be a little bit, but I don't think so, because actually my best games are in big stadiums. When we played at Minnesota with Eastern, that was a really good game. Washington here 3 years ago, playing this type of stadiums with this crowd, with this amount of pressure, I like it. So I'm gonna enjoy it. There's no pressure for me.
What was it like for you when you decided that you wanted to be a kicker at a collegiate level in that process, and what kind of happened that made you feel like this is something that you've been able to not only do but excel at, and then how you've been able to kind of prove that over a multitude of years?
Well, it wasn't easy coming out of high school. From Mexico, they really don't look at Mexico, so I had to work really hard, and not just me, my dad, my mom, my whole family, just to make myself a notice here, coming to kicking camps and whatever. And when I knew I was good at this, that's when I had to turn that switch, hey, you need to act like a professional in everything you do. So that's what's helped me improve every year.
Does that also Mexican heritage play into your desire to come to a state like Arizona, where there's a huge Mexican-American culture here, and there's so many fans that go to these games that are native Mexicans? Does that play into your decision to come to Arizona State at all? A
little bit, yeah. I don't want to say a lot, because I wasn't thinking about that. Mm-hmm. I was just thinking more about football related, but I can say yeah.
And then what do you think you're most excited for the spring ball? What's something that you really want to be able to do, or something that you want to be able to see, or anything that you're excited to experience when it comes to playing with the team, getting in the field and playing at a high level?
I just want to show them what I'm capable of, because right now, everyone's just yeah, he's a kicker, he might be good, but I just want to show them when I kick my first field goal, in the period, hey, he's really good, so I just want to show them.
Well, that's something that, it was very interesting last year when there was a lot of times where the teams would be having their practices, and when we didn't know who was going to be the starting kicker for ASU, they were having to decide. There were times where there would be a lot of periods during tempo play that the kicks were a big part of the sequence. Do you think those moments are like something that you look forward to it, or obviously, to something that you're like, man, like I can't wait to get up tomorrow and get to that team tempo, swing it on the field and hit that big field goal in front of all my teammates and the coaching staff or whatever else?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Like, and every opportunity I have in front of the team to show them that I can be a good help for them, and especially for Sam, like knowing he can rely on me when something doesn't go good with the offense and we don't score a touchdown. Like, hey, we have 3 points secured in the bag. So